So I'm on Realtors reading about the transgender people in particular be excluded from single spaces. It's necessary to protect privacy. The fuck do you mean? Whose privacy? You have to flipping disgrace other people's dignity and privacy to even know for sure if they're trans or not. So if you're for some reason actually just against trans people, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Because you're gonna get people that are not trans caught up in that, and if you're just doing it to put anyone that looks in a certain way, then you also like just exclude people that are not even trans. So that doesn't make any fucking sense. And I don't see who are you protecting with this? It's such bullshit. It's just like anti-trans bullshit, with the excuse of protecting what woman? Who's protected by excluding trans women from the bathrooms? How about trans men as well? Because I'm thinking, because when I read this, I was thinking initially like have you seen the people on TikTok, the trans men on TikTok that are like just huge muscle daddies, such muscle mass and everything, just like really like macho looking. If you're trying to target like all trans folk and trying to make them use the bathrooms that go for the sex they were assigned to at birth, you're really saying you want those macho looking men in the women's bathroom. Who are you protecting? The trans men using the bathrooms are not going to feel comfortable, because now they're going to be like watched and just like eyed down by every woman, and just have like side eye and stuff. The women in the cis women in the bathroom probably won't still feel protected, because now you've got macho looking men just using the bathroom. So who's been protected? Who's been protected? And if that's not the case, then for some reason just targeting trans women, that doesn't make any sense to me. Who are you protecting? You think you're protecting women by forcing trans women to not use the bathroom? Like the kind of people that are are like predatory and just gonna enter the bathrooms because they want to. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They're not gonna. They're not gonna. Who's gonna transition just so they can do that? That's too much work, bro. Just walk in. The creeps are just gonna walk in. So you're not protecting against creeps. You're not protecting against predators at all. And predators aren't. You know. I don't know how many accounts you've heard of people are being preyed on by cis women. It's not going to be trans women. Trust me. It's going to be like not. The odds are that someone that a woman, whatever, but I don't. It's just it doesn't protect anyone. It just flipping causes issues. Then how are they going to enforce it as well? Because it may say, okay, someone who may like traditionally look trans, you can maybe spot them out easily. But if they don't, like, what you're gonna do? You're gonna make everyone like strip down and show their weenie, or like just take off their underwear so you can see if you use the bathroom. It's like what are you gonna do? Are you gonna look at people's birth certificates and their ID and whatever and try to do it? Like what kind of bullshit are you gonna do? Like it doesn't. How can you enforce it? You can't really enforce it. It just causes more issues than it solves. You're not actually protecting anyone. It's just anti-trans bullshit that you're putting into law. This country is fucked up. This country is becoming the piss cesspool with this shit. It's just another sign of like how they don't care about people for being people. They just care about let me target this one group, this one minority group, and cause them issues, because apparently that's what I want to do in my life. That's what my life is good for, just causing issues of I don't know, other people, just hatred. Is that really the kind of country we want to build? I don't even I don't even know when there was a vote for this. If the public was involved, I don't know. I need to research. But I have a feeling that it wasn't actually a public vote because there's no way. Surely there's no way that as the general public we vote for this to happen. Yeah, we voted for Brexit, but like, you know, at least we had flipping like big names funding against that stuff. Surely no big names are gonna be funding against this. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let me read this a bit more. So yeah, last year, so it wasn't a public vote. It was the Supreme Court ruled that only biological sex defines the criteria as a woman. So if you're trans, you're apparently not a woman. If you're a trans woman, how they came to that decision, I don't fucking know. I really don't know. I don't know what's the reason behind it. I don't know who they're trying to like protect with this stuff. I don't know what their motive is. To me, it just seems like a fucking bullshit trash. It's either got people that are misguided, thinking that she protected women with this, or just people that for some reason hate trans people and they just want to put this into law. For the misguided, I have space in my heart. You can be educated, but for those with hatred, oh my gosh, don't get me started. I'll take your hatred, and I'll 10x it, and I'll send it back. I'll stomp in your head, motherfucker. Yeah, for me myself, I'm not trans. I don't think I know anyone in person that's trans. At least not to my knowledge. In my how many years? In my 4 years of doing 9 to 5 employment, I've already met one person that I know for sure is trans. So I don't even have that many trans people in my life. I don't have, to my knowledge, trans friends online. But I don't need that. I don't need to have these people as my friends to want the best for them. I don't need them to be my friends to be riled up when I see bullshit like this coming to law. Your code of practice will help ensure that organizations have clear guidance regarding its implementation, protecting people's rights across the country. A Women and Equality Minister Bridget Phillipson said in a statement. Phillipson put the guidance prepared by the Equality and Human Rights Commission before Parliament for a 40-day period of scrutiny starting on Thursday, which would have been, today is the 24th, so Thursday would have been, this was posted 21st, so last week would have been the 14th of May 2026, if I'm correct. So 40-day period from then. If there are no objections, it will replace the existing code from 2011. I want to see the current code. What is this fuckery? EHRC guidance on single-sex spaces. Guidance, let me put this on the screen. EHRC guidance on single-sex spaces. Guidance from the Equality and Human Rights Commission confirms single-sex services can be lawful. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Exclusion of trans people may be lawful. Fuckery. But only where it is proportionate means of achieving a legitimate aim. How is anything legitimate from this? Example, legitimate aims includes privacy and dignity. How does exclusion provide that? Safety, trauma-informed considerations. How? Decisions must be evidence-based, individualized, not based on assumptions or prejudice. But how do you get privacy and dignity by excluding trans people? If the person is not obviously what someone might consider obviously trans, then trans people who what's the term? Pass. Trans folk who pass wouldn't be caught out by this. So if I don't know if you're saying it's for privacy and dignity, then you have to take away everyone's privacy and dignity by checking the documents or checking them physically to fulfill this. Otherwise, you're not actually doing it. So it's already fuckery. You already on you like it doesn't make any fucking sense. Safety? Whose safety? Whose safety? Are you trying to say trans folk are like just bad actors just for being trans? I like, what the fuck? Trauma-informed considerations. I'm not aware of this, so you have to like, someone has to teach me this, but I don't get it. I don't see how this is any way legitimate and well-meaning. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, this is what I'm worried about. See, some trans folk that have undergone the surgery and all the other stuff, hormones, to reassign their gender, they're gonna be fearful. Rightfully so. They're at risk. They're being targeted by the law. This makes me think of like over in the States, the US, like pre-1960s, where black folk were segregated by law from white folk. And back then, even to now, black folk are rightfully in fear, because even today, maybe not explicitly, but at least for the way the systems work, the law is targeted them at a higher rate than, say, white folk. So this is just bullshit, and I'm just seeing this shit happening. This is happening in the time I'm alive, in a time that we should be progressing. We have the internet, we have all these previous experiences of fuckery, but we're bringing in fuckery again. We're bringing it back into law. What is this world, man? What is this country? I wouldn't want a trans woman who's all dolled up, got your makeup on, wearing heels, got a dress on, being forced to use the men's bathroom. I don't want that. If I saw that happening to personally, if I'm using the bathroom and a trans woman comes in, well, I wouldn't know the trans, but like if somehow they're told by like security or whatever, whoever to like sit outside the doors. Why would you put security outside the doors anyways? I think it's bullshit. But if you're doing that, if I saw it, I'd be disgraced. Like this company, the place that's running the facilities I'm using, is doing this, and it's also in law in my country. I'd be disgraced. Because I'm sure she's gonna feel so like vulnerable and not even feel like a human being just the way she's treated. It's fuckery. And imagine the same thing for like a macho looking man, trans man, being forced to use the women's bathroom. What the fuck? You think any cis woman in there is gonna feel fine with that? You think the trans man is gonna feel fine with that? What is this bullshit? Many women, particularly survivors of sexual violence, may experience distress in shared or mixed sex environments. With approximately 1 in 4 women experiencing sexual violence, trauma-informed approaches are essential. I agree with this. So how does this deal with it? It doesn't deal with it at all. I can assure you, the times I've seen men doing like weird stuff in person, the times I've noticed it, it's never for someone that I could tell in any factor is trans. They look like cis men. They look like the average bloke you see in the pub. They look like the average bloke you see just hang about in the playground or in the park at 11 p.m. Like they don't look like outliers. They look average, and it is unbelievably common. I've heard anecdotal stories from women. It's unbelievably common. I've even seen it in my workplaces before. Not so much my current one, but my previous one, yes, I've seen it. And then no one speak up about it. I didn't speak up about it. So I'm not even like some wholly better than everyone. I didn't say anything about it. So it's not. This doesn't actually do anything about that. That's not do anything about the common average ways that women are being disrespected, being seen as less than, being harassed. It doesn't deal with it at all. It's just fuckery that just harms a minority and doesn't help the majority. Well, we keep reading this bullshit. And once again, it's just, how do you enforce this BS? How? This shit is really annoying because, like, I really don't think, I guess there was some protests somewhere to get this into law, but there was definitely no vote. You're telling me the Supreme Court can just rule this shit out of nowhere? Imagine the Supreme Court rule that black people aren't allowed in hospitals, any public healthcare place. Now black people can't go there. You have to go private care. You're forced to go private care or have a black only place. That'd be rightfully uproar. Why are you targeting a minority to harm them? It doesn't do anything for anyone else. Doesn't protect any brown folk that are being targeted for being brown. Doesn't attack any white folk that are being targeted for being white. It just harms the black folk. In the same way that this law doesn't protect any women, it just harms trans folk. It's also the same bullshit of when people attack men, acting as if that helps women. It doesn't help any woman. No woman is helped by that. You gotta actually help the woman to help the woman. You don't attack the men to help the woman. You don't attack the trans folk to help the women. And trans folk are not even the main perpetrators of violence against women. It's gonna be cis men. It's gonna be cis women. So this law isn't based on evidence and logic to protect women. Clearly, it's just based on hate. There's no reasonable argument for this. It's always going to be boiling down to hatred, to discrimination. And that's what gets me so riled up, because it's not just a discussion, it's not just something getting big, it's something that has happened. It was ruled last year, 2025, and we got guidance for it this year, 2026. This country is just falling apart. What a fucking mess. What a disgrace. I cannot call myself proudly British when this is the kind of values we're putting in that we have. When this kind of thing we bring into law, when we've got parties like Reform and getting big and popular, and people aren't clocking their obvious racism. They're just thinking, oh, he seems like a nice bloke. I'll go to the pub with him. Oh, these guys ain't too bad. They just want to get all these harmful immigrants out, illegal immigrants. Yeah, surely, mate, surely. Fucking wanker. Suck my dick. Anyways, whatever. I'm kind of pissed. I was just thinking about it because I saw it yesterday. While I was streaming Apex, I just saw on ground news. It's like, okay, I got to talk about this. This riled me up. So yeah, I just talked about it. I was just thinking about it today, playing Warframe. Yeah, just want to make a quick video. I'm gonna dip because I have nothing else to add. Everyone, take care of yourself, please. And if you want to discuss it in the comments, please do. Please do. I want to talk about this. What could possibly be the good reasons for it? Because I don't see any good reason. That's either not misguided or just deceitful. But yeah, I'm out. Peace.